This aliveness that the seeker is looking for is actually all there is. But that gets covered over by the experience of looking for it, paradoxically. So how do you get to it? It's you got to stop looking for it, in a sense. But wholeness, home, peace, serenity, these are the essential aspects of your being. Life itself is inherently whole, is inherently complete. You look at the plants, the trees, they're not trying to become anything. The flower isn't trying to become anything more than it is. Similarly, as a human being, you don't have to become more than you are. It doesn't mean you won't strive for it. You'll strive for it, most likely. And so, can we balance between moving towards the future and recognizing that the present is actually all we have? You can use future as a psychological tool rather than being yanked along the string of endless time by it, by our own minds, really, by our own thoughts. See, the separate identity is always looking to become more full, more complete. It has this sense of lack. The moment there's a limited self in the body, there's a sense of I'm not good enough. I'm not complete yet. I need to find completion. And so then it goes and it looks for completion. The only thing is, life, reality, is already complete. So that search is hopeless. It's a futility. This doesn't mean don't, try to make changes in your experience, or uh, don't adjust yourself or remove yourself from a situation if you're uncomfortable, or say anything when someone makes you uncomfortable. Nobody is trying to suggest that. But are you looking for a sense of completion in life in the future? Do you think your life will be complete if you just get something tomorrow? Then you're sleeping. You're not fully awake here. This doesn't mean don't go get something tomorrow. It means be fully awake here while you work towards what you want tomorrow. Don't fall asleep in the journey. Don't fall asleep in the process. That sense of fundamental lack the ego feels about its existence will never be satisfied by anything it does. It's hopeless. Completely and wonderfully hopeless. Uh, the bright side of that is you don't need to do something as a personal self. Presence isn't moving. Presence isn't going anywhere. It can't be lost. It can't be found. It can't be built upon or improved. It can't be diminished by anything. So when your identity is presence, you don't worry about being, again, diminished or lessened by any experience that you might have. And so waking up can also make you a little bit more adventurous, actually. That happened over here, but then I got a little too adventurous, a little too active. So we are coming back to stillness. I'm coming back here with you too. Ultimately, we realize we never left. The only journey that really happens is in the mind, is in thinking. Thoughts take you places and you think, oh my gosh, I've got a long journey ahead of me, or I've got a long journey behind me. But you actually can't find that journey ahead or behind you. You only, when you look in your experience, all you find is this: life. Peace. The only disturbance comes from the mind trying to fulfill this insufficient ego self. The only time we feel not at peace is when we are thinking about what's going to happen to me, and am I going to get what I want out of it, and uh, all that wonderful train of thought. What's in it for me? What do I get? Personal gain. Stay here in this infinite moment, this holy instant, the only one you've ever had, the only one you will ever have. This is home.